Are you ready?
Hey, what's up guys? So you decide to do your own DIY projects, but the free tools that comes with your bike, it's basically worthless. Today I'm gonna show you the most common tools that you will need to do your own DIY project. What's up guys? So I will start the video off by showing you the most common tools, and then we will work our way down to the most uncommon tools which you don't really necessarily have to own. Let's go. First off, we have my most favorite tool, a 1/4 inch bit set with handle. There used to be a lot, but I threw away the rest, which I don't really need. It consists of hex bit sizes 2mm all the way up to 6mm, tamper-proof bits, which is the screw on your IU unit, Torx bit, and a Phillips flat screwdriver bits. Next to it is a regular hex tool, Allen keys. You can get it as a set. Beside it is a Torx set. It is usually used for those rich bitches that owns a Continental bike. I don't personally own a Continental bike, but I have it anyway. On to my second favorite tool is a multi-tool. It has a knife, scissors, which opens up to a plier, which has a flat head and a Phillips screwdriver. And on the other side is a bottle opener, file, and a nose digger. Next to it is a free regular pliers, and on top we have the spanners, both open and socket types. Common sizes are 8, 10, 12, 14 and 17. Throw in an adjustable spanner just because. Move on to the next important tool, which is a picking tool. It is used when your fingers are too big to reach certain areas. Followed by a regular screwdriver, then a vernier caliper. Mine is a cheap one made out of plastic with a digital reader. You can get this for about $4 on API. This is quite important to have, because if your bolts or nut gives up on you one day, you are able to buy at the hardware shop individually. If you have the caliper, then you should have a pitch gauge, which measures a thread pitch of a bolt or nut. 1.25 is the most common pitch size for motorcycles. Then we have the scissors. On top of it is the electrical tape. You can maybe use to paste your eyebrows maybe. Then we have our regular lighter, cable ties, and wire connectors. Let me show you how to use the connectors. Simply snip the end of each wire that you want to join, slot in the wire connector into one of the wire, tie the two ends together, and slide the connector back to the center of the joint. Melt the connector using your lighter, and you are set. What it is a solder in the center to secure the wire connections, and two rubber seals at each end to protect your connections from water and elements. Often I see mechanics just join the two wire and tape them using the electrical tape. Nothing wrong with it, but if you are like me that has OCD sickness, then you will do it. Let's move on to the big toys. On my right is a 1/2 inch drive wrench. You don't really need a 1/2 inch drive because it's usually used for cars. For motorcycle works, 3/8 drive is enough. And of course, what good is a wrench without a socket? Common sizes are 12, 14, 16, 19, 22, 24 and 27. Just add in a socket hex for the wrench. Socket 6 and 8mm are the common ones used for footrest. Don't forget about extender adapters for your wrench, cause some parts are hard to access. If you are on a budget like me, then you should get a digital torque meter, which lets you torque down any bolt or nut according to your bike's manual specs. If you are those rich bitches, then get a proper torque wrench. Below all of that is a 10mm dot punch, usually used with a mallet to punch out bearings from the rims. Then filter plier, which I used on my previous video to remove an oil filter. and throw in a big adjustable spanner. Simply, why not? Now we move on to the uncommon tool, starting with a bolt or screw extractor. It's self-explanatory, it extracts bolts. Then we have a thread repair kit. If you F a bolt up and the thread gets damaged, this will save your life and use back the original bolt. Then we have a spark plug wrench. This is one of the most expensive tool that I own, but it is the best just because it has a rubber inside the socket to hold the plugs and tighten down to a maximum torque of 19 Newton meters. What is the purpose of all the tools that when you can't see what you are doing? Have a head flashlight just for you to see better. And lastly, lube, greases and cleaners. Starting from the right, which you see me using in the chain cleaning video, is kerosene, which I poured into a spray bottle. Chain lube, white lithium for metal to metal contact. Silicone grease for metal to plastic contact. That regular WD-40 for parts that is jam. Brake cleaner. Copper grease for high temp lubrication. Heavy duty grease for bearings. Chain brush and gloves, which you will need to use on most of your DIY projects. There you go, all the common tools that you require for your next DIY project. You can slowly buy one part at a time, or you can just buy a whole set if you have the budget. Some of the tools that I didn't mention in this video, okay, like brake bleeder or valve clearance tappet, I don't really require all that tools because those tools are way out of my caliber. Okay, I don't personally want to do such repairs if ever, okay, because those are considered very major servicing. I'm not a mechanic myself, but some things are not meant to be DIY. You should just send it to the workshop for the professional to deal with it. If you require a workshop, I can recommend you my friend's shop, which is located at Kaki Bukit, Synergy. They are called Prospin. The mechanics over there are quite friendly and very knowledgeable. If you run into a bike problem, they will find a solution for it and they will explain to you what is wrong, so you will understand your bike even better. But don't expect it to be cheap. If you expect it to be cheap, don't expect it to be good. If it is quite expensive, not say literally expensive, it's just that its price is quite you know what I mean, yeah? Then expect greatness. Where did I get that from? Shit! I hope you learn a thing or two in this video. If you don't, then ride safe.